Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So for today's video, we're gonna switch things up a bit with a more laid back and casual chat. Today I'll be diving into one of the most requested topics that I have on my channel, which is my Singapore money diaries. I've been getting tons of questions from you guys in the comments like how expensive is it to live in Singapore? Is it really possible to save money while you're working here? How do you manage your income and expenses? So if you have been wondering about any of this, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to share with you all my personal experience with the cost of living in Singapore and how I've been able to not only manage my expenses but also find ways to save or even grow my money. Keep in mind that this is all based on my own experience, so consider it as a friendly chat than a formal guide, but I do hope it answers some of the burning questions you have had. Before we jump into today's video, I want to give a big shout out to Octa for sponsoring today's video. If you're not already familiar, Octa is an award-winning trading platform trusted by over 40 million people worldwide. Pretty impressive, isn't it? They also have a solid 4.4 star rating on Trustpilot, which makes it one of the most reliable platforms in the industry. Plus, it's globally regulated, so you know you're in safe hands when you trade. So you might be wondering why choose Octa, so let me break it down for you. First off, they offer commission-free trading. Yup, you heard that right. No hidden fees, no surprises. Everything is completely transparent, allowing you to focus on what truly matters, maximizing your profit. Plus, with over 300 trading instruments available including stocks, currencies, and even precious metals, you've got plenty of options to diversify your portfolio and find the investments that suit your goals. So Octa isn't just about trading, but it's also about learning. So if you're a total newbie or a seasoned trader, they've got something to offer you, such as live webinars, free lessons, or real-time trading sessions that can help you to sharpen your skills. And if you're not ready to jump straight in, don't worry, you can practice on a demo account first. In a nutshell, Octa provides you the tools and support that you need to reach your financial goals. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now using the link in the description box below or simply scan the QR code on the screen. And let's get started on your financial journey. You can also use my promo code BarbaraVania to get a 100% deposit bonus, and it's only available for 2 weeks, so quick! So now, grab a drink, get comfy, and let's dive into today's topic. Alright, so the first session of today's video is all about my sources of income. For those of you who are new to my channel, I've been living and working in Singapore for over a year now, and I'm currently working as an auditor. Aside from that, I am also handling a few non-assurance projects such as sustainability reporting, internal audit, and other consulting work. Now, my primary source of income is of course my salary, which makes up around 80% of my total earnings. This is also the foundation of my finances and the part of the income that I'm most focused on to grow through my career. On the side, I have diversified my income streams, and about 15% of my earnings come from my YouTube channel and brand collaborations. Let me give you a bit of background. Ever since I was young, I've always loved capturing moments, whether in video or photos. Documenting life, whether through travel, daily routines, or personal milestones, has always been a passion of mine. So at some point of my life, I thought, why not turn this passion into something that can earn me money while still enjoying what I love doing. That's when I decided to give YouTube a try, where I started to create vlogs showcasing different aspects of my life, and to my surprise, people really connected with it. I found that quite a lot of people enjoyed my content, and over time the interest grew, allowing me to earn a decent side income from it. It has been a rewarding way to combine my passion with an additional revenue stream, and I'm so grateful for the support that made it possible. While YouTube revenue ad is nice, the real financial values I've seen comes from working with brands. I've been lucky enough to collaborate on product promotions, partnerships, and other collaborative projects. These brand deals generally bring in more revenue than ads alone, and that's where I see the biggest earning potential in this side hustle. I consider this side income as my pocket money. It's not something that I rely on for my daily expenses, but it adds a nice cushion. It gives me the freedom to indulge in high-end experiences, whether that's dining at expensive restaurants or treating myself to something truly special every now and then. But as I've mentioned before, my main focus remains on my career. YouTube is fun and a fulfilling side hustle, but my primary goal is to continue advancing in my job and increase my value there. Then another 3% of my income comes from something more casual, which is selling secondhand stuff on Carousel. I think it's a win-win situation because it helps me to declutter my space while earning a little extra cash. Although it's a small side income, it is really convenient and adds up over time. The remaining 2% comes from the interest earned on my savings account. In a nutshell, I have 4 sources of income. The first one is my salary from my main job. The second one is YouTube ad and brand partnerships. The third one is selling pre-loved stuff on Carousel. And the last one is interest income. Now, one thing that I want to clarify is that I don't see YouTube as a full-time career or something that I want to pursue professionally. For me, it's more of like a side hustle and a creative outlet, a way for me to rewind after my main job. My focus is on increasing value in my primary career and exploring more ways to grow my income through that. So while having multiple income streams is great, I truly believe that investing time and effort into excelling your main career can bring even more financial rewards in the future. Before we move ahead with the video, so let me walk you through how to get started with Octa. So first, you would want to head over to Google Play Store or the App Store and search for Octa. Now, it's super important that you download the right app, so make sure to check the logo carefully. Here, let me show you what it looks like. You can also use my link in the description box below so that you download the right app for sure. Got it? Awesome! So once you've downloaded and installed the app, go ahead and open it. Look at the clean and easy use interface. It is designed to be super user-friendly, so even if you're new to trading, you won't feel lost. So let me quickly walk you through a few key features. So here's how the app looks like, where you'll find everything you need. So your trading section, your payment options, and don't forget the promo code section, which I'll explain in just a second. Now, if you're still wondering if Octa is the right platform for you, just take a look at their reviews on Trustpilot. As you can see, they've got rave reviews, and that kind of user trust really speaks for itself. And now here's something exciting. If you use my promo code Barbara Vania, you will get 100% deposit bonus. So for example, if you deposit $500 US, you'll have 1,000 US to trade with. But heads up, this offer is only valid for the next 2 weeks, so don't miss out. Ready to get started? Just hit the link in the description box below to download the app, or you can just scan the QR code right here to download the Octa trading app. Remember, while trading is a great way to earn, it does come with risks. Okay, let me repeat. Trading involves risks, so make sure you're well informed before you dive in. Okay, so let's get back to the video, and now moving on to the second session, I'll talk about a topic that is frequently discussed not just by expats like myself, but also by local, which is the cost of living in Singapore. As a foreigner living and working in Singapore, I frequently get asked questions like, how much do you actually spend in a month? What are the biggest expenses in your budget? Let's dive into how my money is allocated, how I manage my expenses, and how to avoid overspending in this expensive city. Just to give you a bit of context, I'm single with no major commitments, so the expenses that you'll see in this video might be lower as compared to those who are in relationships or have families. Okay, so I have split my monthly expenses into 2 categories: my needs and my want. The needs are essential costs like the food, rent, transport, and groceries, while the wants are the things that I spend on for my personal satisfaction. Keep in mind that my spending varies depending on circumstances, but it's usually within the 10% of total expenses that I'm showing you today. As you can see from my needs table, my biggest expense is rent, which is around $905 a month. Rent in Singapore can be quite expensive, especially if you're looking for your own space. For me, $900 for a single room is pretty standard, so I can't complain much about it, but it's definitely one of the unaffordable cost of living here in Singapore, and it really is a big chunk of my budget. If you're looking to save more, one option is to consider sharing a room with your friend. My second largest expense is definitely food and drinks, which is around $135 a month. This primarily covers my weekdays lunches and dinners. I usually go for affordable options like hawker center, where I enjoy dishes like mixed vegetable rice, noodles, or other local dishes. Next is transportation, which costs me around $62 a month. I mostly use MRT and buses to get around. Singapore's public transport is super efficient, and I try to avoid using Grab unless it's absolutely necessary. Speaking of MRT, here's a quick tip. If you tap in before 7:45 in the morning, you will get a 50-cent discount. It may not seem like much, but if you accumulate this, it will add up over time. That's also one of the reasons why I always go to the office so early. Other small but necessary expenses include groceries, about $41 for things like fruits and cooking essentials, my mobile plan at $15, and random personal stuff, which typically comes to $19. Now, moving on to my wants table, this is where I include my non-essential spendings like hanging out with friends and buying my personal items. For dining out, I typically spend about $70 a month when I catch up with friends over lunch or dinner. As for personal items and gifts, I allow myself to spend around $250. Honestly, I don't shop a lot, which has helped me to stay within my budget. In the past, I used to splurge on cute but unnecessary items, but I have now become much more mindful on my spending. One of the strategies that I use to manage my wants is to try to round up the price in my head. For example, if something costs around $15, I will definitely round it up to $20. This makes the item feel more expensive and helps me to reconsider the purchase. Oh, another trick is to try to wait for a week before buying something. So if you're still thinking about it after a week, then go get it. But if you know that you've completely forgotten about it, then it's definitely not necessary. Okay, so let's talk about how to manage these expenses. The cost of living in Singapore is undeniably high, but with the right mindset and the budgeting practices, you can save more than what you think. So the first step is to maximize vouchers and discounts. So when I'm about to make my purchases online or even in stores, I'll try to look for vouchers and discounts that are available on various platforms. You'll be surprised at how much you can save by just being a little patient on searching those vouchers and discounts. The second tip is to set limits for one. Like I've shown you in the breakdown, I always allocate a set of amount for my non-essential spending. Sticking to these limits help me to avoid overspending even when temptation is around. The third tip is to delay any impulse buys. As what I've mentioned earlier, one of the best way to avoid any impulsive shopping is to wait for a week before you actually make that purchase. If you still feel strongly about the item, then go for it. But if you forget it in that time, then that is a sign that you actually don't need it. So I believe this tip can help you to curb your impulsive buying. The last tip is to track your spending. So you can track your expenses through a spreadsheet or an app. It really helps you to see if there's any patterns or areas where you might be overspending. And so yep, that's a wrap for my first ever Singapore Money Diary series. So I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and also I'm planning a new series for my Q&A sessions. So if you have any burning questions, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll answer them for you in the next video. So thank you guys for watching and don't forget to subscribe and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.